Hi, everyone, and welcome to Lake Oswego United Church of Christ. My name is Adam Erickson, and today I'm going to talk with you a little bit about one of the passages we are going to be reading this Sunday, May 21st. Here at church, we start at 10:30 a.m., so I hope to see you there. One of the passages we're going to be discussing is kind of a difficult passage. It's from the book called Lamentations, which is in the Hebrew Bible, and traditionally it's thought to have been written by Jeremiah, who was a prophet who lived during a really difficult time in Judah's history. So Judah, which was where Jerusalem was conquered in the year 586 by the Babylonian Empire. And Jeremiah was living during this time, and the book Lamentations was written after the Babylonians destroyed Jerusalem and killed many people and destroyed the city. And the big question during this time of great tragedy for the ancient Jewish people was, where is God in all of this? If we are God's people, how did this horror happen to us? How did our nation, God's nation, how did it get destroyed? What happened? And this is a very human question. Whenever bad things happen to us, we lament. We ask questions like, why? Why did this happen? And Lamentations is asking this why. A lot of people see lamentation as a protest. It's saying, we did not deserve for this to happen. But at the same time, it does take some responsibility for what happened. It does say, well, one of the ways that this happened was that we forgot our relationship with God. And connected with that is we forgot that God cares about the poor and the weak and the vulnerable. And we got distracted because the rulers just kept more money for themselves without caring for those who were on the margins of society. And Lamentations and the prophets all said that God cares about the poor and the weak and the marginalized. And if we don't care about them, then God has set up the world in such a way where the nation will fall. That's one of the answers that Lamentations gives. But it also says we didn't deserve for it to be this bad. And so what is the answer that Lamentations gives? One of the answers that it gives is to not keep our emotions bottled up inside, but to speak out our emotions, to process our grief. Because when we bottle it up inside, it ends up getting an outlet in various ways that are often destructive. And so Lamentations is encouraging us to deal with our grief with one another, to lament, to speak that grief out loud in a community that we can trust with one another, to hold that grief in a way that respects one another. And it's by speaking that grief out that we can process it and not stay in that grief, but hopefully move forward together in the spirit of love and community. And I think this is really important to talk about in our families, our grief. A lot of times we think that children aren't old enough or mature enough to be able to deal with conversations about grief and even death in the family or the death of a pet. And I actually think that the earlier we talk with our children about grief, the better off they will be. And we don't have to force it upon our children, but they ask questions naturally when it comes to life and death. And I think once they start asking those questions, we can explore it with them in age-appropriate ways, but also not to avoid those kinds of discussions, especially when they start to bring it up. So, hey, thanks for watching the video, and again, we meet this Sunday at 10:30. We'll be talking about Lamentations a little bit, and there are certainly a lot of things to lament in our world. So hope you can join us this Sunday at 10:30 here at Lake Oswego United Church of Christ. Until then, grace and peace be with you. Bye-bye.